Binance to acquire FTX. We'll talk about what led up to this, how it's affecting the crypto market as a whole, and CZ trying to clear up speculations of this being an inside job. All that and much more. Welcome back. Moneybags Rico, bringing financial awareness to a crypto space that is changing on the hour, every hour. With that being said, out the way, let's go ahead and get this started. Stick around to the end. We're going to do some BTC price predictions. You guys are not going to want to miss out. Binance chief says, near collapse of FTX severely eroded confidence in the crypto industry. All right, we got this also. Regulators will scrutinize exchanges even more. Licenses around the globe will be harder to get. This is him leading into what's next right here. We did not master plan this or anything related to it. Basically saying, this would be a horrible inside job because it's eroding the whole confidence and make it harder for exchanges to, in the future get some of these licenses. So why would it be an inside job, right? It was less than 24 hours ago that Sam called me. And before that, I had very to little knowledge of the internal state of things at FTX. I could do some mental calculations with our revenues to guess theirs, but it would never be accurate. We could see that that's true. We will also continue right here. I was surprised when he wanted to talk. My first reaction was he wants to do an OTC deal, but here we are. CZ said he had ordered Binance to stop sales of FTT, a token issued by FTX, after the call with Sam on Tuesday. All right. We also have right here, CZ said due diligence on the deal with FTX was ongoing and publicly stated he could still walk away from the deal. I think that's very important to keep in mind. I want my community, those who are tapped in with FTX, I'm not part of it, but I want you guys to stay safe and pass that word around. That deal can possibly not happen as well. In a tweet earlier on Wednesday, he hinted at his views on what went wrong at FTX. Never use your own token to create as collateral. Don't borrow if you run a crypto business. Don't use capital efficiently. Have a large reserve, CZ tweeted. So those are some of the things. We got a couple more before we get to these prices. We must significantly increase transparency. Proof of reserves, which is POR, I'm sure is something that we're going to be hearing a lot more moving forward after these, Luna crashes, FTX crashes, and things like that. Insurance funds, etc., and a lot more to come in this area. We have a lot of tough work ahead of us, not to mention prices swinging wildly. People now think we are the biggest and will attack us even more. So stating, now they got this big target on their back. They are the biggest, not possibly they are the biggest right now. CZ is grabbing a stronghold on this market, basically, and if people are getting shaken out like FTX and Luna, this is just what's happened, right? So right now we got the crypto market as a whole at $794 billion, pulled back 9.3%, which is pretty drastic, as we can all see in these prices, with Bitcoin sitting at 16,777 as the making of this video. Excuse me. We got this right here. We're going to bring out my favorite arrows, of course, identify some support and resistance, really just talk about what's going on, right? And prior to this, my old, pullback price, when we were pulling back through all these stages, everybody knew I said 19,000. The reason was that we had that in the past, that this was area that we had resistance, and I figured that the end of the white cloth pattern would have been us landing over here, right? Obviously, we pulled back past that and pulled down to 17,000. Now we pulled back even further. What I'm noticing, what could be a potential that we hold maybe inside this small channel right here, because if we look really quickly, let's just do it with the arrows really fast. We can see that essentially we're holding, let's get these horizontal lines as well. Horizontal lines. Right now we're holding in this area right here, right? And we can see that inside this channel, we have some areas of support right here and also right here, which is 17,400. But this channel to hold between it right now with the markets, if it wasn't for the FTX thing and we were just inside this channel for whatever reason, and we were in this price zone between, what is that, 16,337 to, this 20,000, it would have been a different story. But considering, even if we want to count the smaller channel, right, if we want to just not pay attention to this one, said that we wicked lower right here, because we can see that we held on to this spot right here, right, to 17,000 and whatnot, but we're wicked way below it. We're at in the 16,000s down here. So, this channel, these two little channels right here, I'm not focusing on them that much because they just didn't hold up for me good enough. So right now what we're focusing on is what goes up must come down, what goes down must go up. What just showed up is just leaving, and what just left is now leaving, or just showed up. And what that is this prior resistance did become a support at one point, right? We did hold on to it. We lost that. Right now, what I'm looking at are these over here. These are the new channels. And I spoke to people, that hit me up in the DMs when we first went down to 19. Then we first went to 17,000, and then we started going back up from that 17,000, right? We hit that 17K, and then we went all the way back up to, about 25,000 on some exchanges. So, it was looking really good. Like maybe, 19,000 wasn't that bottom that I called. It was 17, but now we have to address this and address this correctly. We have some prices that we have to pay attention to. And right now, these prices that I'm looking at are right here. These are the new ones. And that price is 12,379 that we could potentially be moving down to. This could be the new channel that we're trading within, considering that we've been here before. And if we zoom in over here, we can see that this is a significant area because we try to hold on to this when we first, way back in the day. And it's crazy that we're bringing this up because, this is right around when I got into crypto back in, 2017 is exactly when I got back into crypto, and we get to see this all happening all over again, right? But if we look, these prices at that 12,000 was the area that we wanted to hold on to. I remember when this happened like it was yesterday, and then we broke down. This happened for a while. It traded for a while. I remember nobody was believing in crypto. Even I should have bought more of it, Of course, none of this in this video is financial advice. We're just doing our own due diligence and trying to learn of these patterns that are happening. But right now, we had tapped right here. We pulled back down. We tapped again, and then we broke out. So right now, the prices that we're going to be looking at are this 12,300, that $12,000 range, because we've never made a support there after we broke out. If we look, once we broke past that 12,000, we just left. We never came back. Granted, this would be a great area for us to eventually find support in this $12,000 range. This $12,000 range to eventually trade within this channel after all these things clear up. Obviously, there's going to be a lot going on with FTX and whatnot, and potentially see some range trading happening between this 12,000 and 20,000, which is a wild range. But the way the prices are moving, it's not far-fetched to think that we can trade within this range. If we can hold in here, then potentially eventually break back out of that 20,000 and start to go back up. This is all, contingent on what's going on in the overall market. We have interest rates, we have FTX crashing. There's so many things going on in this crypto space all at once that is something that we're going to have to keep in mind. And, I'm really hoping that we can trade within this range right here and stay above this $12,000 range. Otherwise, I know none of us want to see a $3,000 Bitcoin again. That just sounds crazy, right? So I want you guys to leave some comments down below. Let me know where you guys think Bitcoin can trade within, what's going on with Bitcoin, how you feel about this FTX thing. Did it affect you? Is there anything I can do to help you guys, navigate through this crypto space? Also on TradingView over here, if you guys scroll down, you guys can hit more technical, helps out a little bit, but we can see on the minute, everything's just, there's so much selling pressure overall right now. Too much fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market, which is understandable, is respectful, because, there's a lot going on right now. It's being shooken around, but the overall long term of the crypto space, this is not going nowhere. Crypto is not going to leave us. This is something that's going to be sticking around. And I believe that eventually these markets will correct. I've been in this market, in the crypto space, since 2017. And like I said, I've seen it happen before. And from that space, we made it all the way to that 69,000. I do believe that we will recover. I just think that we're going to need some news, some catalyst that kind of favors the crypto space overall. Leave some comments down below. And if you guys can't do that, continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Later.